The bus journey from Puerto Madryn up to San Carlos de Bariloche was fascinating. About 18 hours, and we'd gone from being on the flats of the east coast all the way up to a city that's, well, what we thought at the time was very high in the mountains. It's only got an elevation of about 3,000 feet, which in reality is not a lot, but from where we'd been, that was a bit of a jump. By the way, that's nothing in comparison to what was to come later on down the line, but it was relatively high up. We'd arrived very early in the morning. It was about August time, which again is their winter time. It was a bit choppy, to say the least, but what greeted us at the bus station was a sight that I'll never forget. We got off the bus, and the bus station is located quite close to the ex-railway line and also on the lakes, on one of the lakes. My word, absolutely phenomenal. You're looking over at this relatively crystal clear water, and in the background you can see snow-topped mountains. You can see what to me look like pine trees. They might not have been, but they look like it. You know, loads of forestry, loads of fauna, clear blue skies, the sun beating down, cold winter sun beating down. Now, I've never been to Switzerland before, but I've had those experiences where nothing beats a cold, crisp winter's day. And this is what it felt like in San Carlos de Bariloche. A fantastic welcoming to what turned out to probably arguably be my favourite city of the whole trip. It's nestled up in the mountains. Yes, it definitely does look like Switzerland's just moved, or if not Bavaria has just moved into this wonderful part of Argentina. Lakes, mountains, good food, also great chocolate as well, as we found out when we got there. It was just, the ambiance was absolutely wonderful. All thanks to a recommendation from a guy at Mar del Plata. So thank you to that guy if you ever listen to this, or muchísimas gracias. What San Carlos de Bariloche also done was provided a very good route into Chile, which that's where we'd be heading next. Dropped the bags off at the hostel, which again was a fantastic hostel. Loads of pine furniture, big kitchens, close to every necessity and amenity that you would want. Lovely people there as well. And we got off and we went trekking. The first morning we ended up hiking up a mountain, and the mountain is only about 1,300 meters tall, and it was a great trek. Being brave as we were, there was 2 ways to get up to the top. Well, 3 ways to get to the top of the mountain. Number 1, you could take a cable car. Not an issue, although Aaron with heights didn't want to do it at the time. Not an issue, not a problem. You could walk up the mountain using a recommended, footpath, bits and pieces like that. Or you could take a more braver way, which was almost like a dirt track type thing, and you pretty much scale the mountain that way. And we decided, bit of morning exercise, why not? So we decided to do the third way, and it took us about an hour to do it. Took us about an hour to scale the mountain. It was tough exercise, I won't lie, but again, what greeted us at the top was mesmerising. Again, go and check out the Instagram for all the photos, or just Google San Carlos de Bariloche. What greeted us at the top was truly magnificent. You could see the Andes, all these mountains, snow-covered mountains. Again, you could see you could see all the lakes. You could see into the distance. I mean, just absolutely wonderful. Similar to when we got off the bus, clear blue skies. Just everything was absolutely delightful. The best part about it was that we felt we'd earned it, having trekked up the side of the mountain. And then we got the cable car down after having a coffee, of course, and having spent a couple of hours up there just almost in silence, just looking out onto the sights below, and just, almost like you're in fantasy land. Just an incredibly picturesque place in general. The following day, we decided to go for another long walk. We'd been told that around the Puerto Panuelo area, there was a few good treks. The hostel given us a map, and we've been given the route of a bus as well, so we knew where we had to get the bus. We got off the bus, a bit stupid at the time because we didn't have enough cash to get back onto the bus at the end of the day, but as I said to Aaron, we'll plead ignorance, we'll see what happens later on. But we've gone for this 10-12 kilometre walk through the woods, loads of hill walking. We ended up at a couple of really pristine lakes in the absolute middle of nowhere. So a lot of great walking, a lot of hiking, and that in effect was San Carlos de Bariloche. It was funny getting back on that bus at the end of the day because we knew that we didn't have enough pesos. And the driver pulled up and we've got on, presented the cards, and there's not enough cash there. And the driver said, there's not enough cash, and it's like, lo siento muchísimo. We thought it was this price and it's not, lo siento. And he said, no hay problema. Basically, there's no problem, just get on. And we liked that. That was good. We were only like a few pesos short, but again, the flexibility there was nice. It was good to see, things like that when they work in your favour, are always very, very good. And it probably one of those things, if we hadn't have spoken Spanish, we might not have got away with that, and we might have been faced with like a 10-kilometre walk back into Bariloche itself. Who knows? We don't know. We discovered, incredibly sexy here, we discovered morcilla. Now, the thing with Argentinians, or the Argentine language or dialect, I'm going to say, is that if you're used to Spanish, you would know that a double L is a y sound. That's the sound that you make. But in Argentina, it's a ch. So rather than saying morcilla, which is like a black pudding-y type thing, you say morcilla. Now, we got to the supermarket after a massive long hike, and we got some morcilla, and we decided to cook it ourselves, put it in the oven, give it 20 minutes, take it out, voila. Of course, we had it with other various vegetables and bits and bobs. Delightful, absolutely delightful. Morcilla, absolutely brilliant, loved it. So that's a happy side note there from San Carlos de Bariloche. And apart from doing a few other walks, most of the time was just it was quiet, it was peaceful, it was reflecting on where we were, reflecting on what we'd done so far, and making our plans ahead. It's probably at this point that the excitement started building slightly for myself. Reason for that is that I knew that in a couple of weeks' time we'd be flying out of Santiago, Chile, to go to Easter Island. My number one place to see before I died. So the excitement was starting to build up in me, and I was thinking a lot about being able to go out there. But in general, the photos will probably not do San Carlos de Bariloche justice, and my words certainly won't do the place justice. But do have a look at it. If you've been there, share your thoughts. Let us know what you thought. But just a remarkable place. All of that being said, what I will point out, and conspiracy theory, not conspiracy theory, whatever you may think, whatever you don't think, whatever, is something that Aaron said a little while ago. Now, there's a program, I think it's on the History Channel or some channel somewhere, called Hunting Hitler. And this is to do with the theory that after the Second World War, basically some Nazis, whomever, moved to Latin America. Now, I've watched this program. It is remarkable, some of the evidence that they're suggesting and that they find. Disused railways, secret railway lines, all around this area, in the Andes, in this particular area of Argentina. If you like that sort of stuff, I'd recommend you watch it. Some of the evidence is truly compelling. I know TV's TV, I get that. Have a look at it. Do check it out because, again, some of the evidence is compelling. But that was Switzerland to South America. That was one of our times in Argentina. We knew we'd be coming back because we knew that we wanted to go to wine country in Mendoza in order to head into Bolivia. But for now, Argentina was done with. It would be a case of moving into Chile, and that is where we will be in the next episode. Until next time, hasta luego.